Vale, ¿me puedes hacer un pequeño resumen de tu intervención, por favor?
Yes, gladly. Well, first of all, I would say how grateful I am to be in this wonderful framework where we have been looking at the beauty of diversity in Europe. We've been looking at it from the point of view of culture, from the point of view of music, from the point of view of architecture. At the ICLS, we look at it from the point of view of education for leadership. Our point is that we are a diverse society and that we need to build bridges between the various communities. To do this, we have to educate the leaders of tomorrow. The leaders of today very often are blocked in a position of power. They tend to defend and protect the statu quo because they are afraid of losing some kind of influence or advantage. The leaders of tomorrow need to understand that only in sharing there is the possibility of growing a better society together.
Guido, how do you teach the leader of tomorrow?
Well, we teach the leaders of tomorrow by giving them the instruments of leadership. The first in our mind is the knowledge of your personal values and the values of the other communities. The second is a theoretical knowledge and practical practices to resolve conflicts. Why does a conflict develop and how do you solve a conflict? The third is a reflection on power and on leadership itself. What is a leader? What is hard power and soft power? Meaning what is the power of the military or the police, and on the other hand the power of influence. And lastly, we teach them to look with a critical eye on the power of the media. The media do not always play the game fairly. They are very often subservient to a political agenda. They depict the figure of the other in a way which is politically biased and is not always objective. And in a society of such diversity, objectivity is what we need, so that there is a level playing field for everyone.
But how do you teach them? Because you say that you teach different kind of things, but how?
Well, we take young people, we put them in a place like this, which is a wonderful place to disagree, because you are safe, you can express yourself freely, and you have the opportunity to try to understand other people. So we take them in groups of 20 and we make them live together. It is very interesting to take a group of young Muslims and of young Christians from a divided city, like we've often worked in the north of England in Bradford. We've worked in Lyon, where they have had a lot of violence in the banlieue. We've worked in Rome, which is a city of diversity, but it's very concentrated on its Catholic founding structure, but which at the same time has very large minorities. And we try to make these young people understand that they can discuss, they can talk to each other, and they can come to an agreement on where they want society to go under their influence as future leaders.
Thank you.
Thank you.